Hello, and welcome back to LilyTube. We are Jeff and Cathy Teichert, relationship coaches, here to support you on your journey of healing and love after loss.
If you're navigating life after divorce, feeling stuck in pain, or wondering how you can move forward, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into how you heal after divorce, reclaim your joy, and prepare for healthier relationships in the future. For additional supportive resources, we encourage you to get our Amazon best-selling book, Intentional Courtship.
It will walk you through divorce recovery and help you effectively re-enter the dating world and create healthy new relationships with confidence. To dive even deeper into your own divorce recovery journey, take our online self-paced course, Life Design After Divorce. There will be a link in the show notes for the book and the course. And if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss an episode.
Let's start with something important. Divorce is a loss every bit as much as the death of a loved one. It's not something you can just get over overnight. And honestly, you shouldn't try to rush the process.
Right. At first, telling your story and reliving the pain is part of how we process trauma. It helps us release emotions, gain validation, and start making sense of what happened. But if we're not careful, we can get stuck in our stories.
Which brings us to step 2.
It's totally normal to feel like a victim in the early stages of divorce. Maybe you were betrayed and you naturally blame your former spouse for all your pain. Maybe you tried everything to make the marriage work, but it still ended anyway. Maybe you're still asking yourself, what could I have done differently? And yet you're not yet gaining the benefit of answering the question because you feel too much shame about it.
Here's the hard truth. Staying in a victim mindset won't serve you in the long run. Even if you were deeply wronged, your healing isn't about your former spouse. It's about you. The day you discover that you don't need your ex to feel bad or regret anything for you to feel good will be the beginning of healing and renewal.
And healing starts when you shift your focus from what happened to you to how you can grow from it.
We know forgiveness is a tough topic, right? But forgiveness isn't about excusing someone's bad behavior or pretending like the pain never happened. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional chains of bitterness. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself in that sense.
I love that quote, Jeff. And you told a story in your most recent Singles Column Meridian magazine article. It's titled From Pain to Peace, The Journey of Emotional Healing After Divorce. Here's that story. A man named Paul went through a painful divorce after his wife had an affair. And every Sunday, he had to watch his former wife walk into church with the man she'd left him for. Can you imagine how painful that must have been?
Paul was struggling, so he actually went to the bishop and asked if he could be released from the church calling that required him to sit up on the stand. He was the sacrament meeting coordinator. But the bishop gave him some powerful advice. He said, if your former wife repents, which she's working on, she will be forgiven. If her new husband repents, he will be forgiven. But if you hold on to your anger, you could be the only one still carrying sin from this situation.
Wow. That's powerful. And it must have stung for him to hear that, especially while he was still feeling so much pain, and understandably so. I've noticed this cruel irony in humanity that when we sin and recognize the need to change, we know we need to do personal work. When we've been hurt or sinned against, we feel the injustice, and we don't want to feel responsible for fixing something we didn't cause. This is how hurt people stay stuck, though. It tends to be more likely that we'll receive the atonement's healing power and the peace that comes with it when we are remorseful and repenting from sin than when we are hurt and bitter from being wronged.
Eventually, Paul remarried and became a leader in the church to the man that had broken up his first marriage. And the day he told me this whole story, that man was sick, and Paul had made plans to stop by his home with some chicken soup just to give him comfort and help him feel better. And I really had the sense that he had true compassion and had forgiven this person for the wrong that was done to him. And as a result, was living peacefully and had moved beyond it.
That is a level of forgiveness that can only come with a deep reliance on God's grace.
And the best part, Paul was a joyful person, not because he condoned what had happened or ever said that it was okay, but because he refused to let the bitterness define his future.
So many people think, if I just choose a better partner next time, my next marriage will be happy. But healing isn't about finding a better partner. It's about becoming a more healed person.
Dr. Greg Bear, the author of Real Love, gave us some great advice when we interviewed him.
We'll provide a link to that interview in the show notes. It's a great one. You definitely want to watch that one.
When we asked Dr. Bear what divorcees should do to create healthier relationships, he simply answered, be more healed.
And what does being more healed look like? It means being honest about your history and your weaknesses without shame. It means taking emotional risks in new relationships instead of holding back. It means knowing your worth and not basing it on whether someone else approves of you. It also means speaking respectfully about your former companion because you're no longer controlled by resentment.
That's the real test. When you no longer feel the need to bring up your former spouse in every conversation, when you can acknowledge your own growth, and when you feel hopeful about the future, that's when you're going to know you're in the right path.
Now, here's where we add a little twist to the conversation. Healing is great, but healing alone doesn't prepare you for a thriving, fulfilling future.
That's right. Cathy, healing is about recovering. Growth is about becoming.
It's not just about not being hurt anymore. It's about becoming stronger, wiser, and more prepared to create a loving, joyful relationship. And that means working on things like emotional intelligence so you can communicate better in future relationships, self-awareness so you don't repeat past patterns, building a fulfilling life so your happiness is not dependent on another person.
President James E. Faust once said, "Forgiveness is not always instantaneous. Most of us need time to work through pain and loss." And you know what? That's okay. As you heal, don't just stop healing. Use this time to grow into the person you want to be. And in some situations, like the death of my 24-year-old son, you're not ever fully going to heal from something like that if you define healing as feeling as though it never happened. But you can learn how to be happy, even with some wounds that never fully heal.
The pain of divorce can feel overwhelming, but with intentional effort, you will heal. Healing takes time, intention, self-reflection, and often a whole lot of faith.
And when you reach that place of peace, you'll see that forgiveness isn't primarily about the other person. It's about you. It's about freeing your heart and soul so you can move forward and build something beautiful. Forgiveness is about discovering that holding on to your pain doesn't give it more meaning. And letting it go doesn't mean it didn't hurt or it wasn't real. If that's something you want, but you aren't sure how to get there, please visit loveandlateryears.com. Schedule a free consult with one of us to learn how our one-on-one coaching services and our life-changing life design after divorce online course may help support your healing journey.
Let us know in the comments, what has helped you to heal after divorce? We would love to hear about your experience. Your words could touch the heart of someone who is still healing.
If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it.
We're here for you. Keep going, keep healing, and until next time on LilyTube, remember that any time is a great time for more love in your life. This video is sponsored by New Calm, an app that will support you in living your best life. Feeling stressed? No matter what your day throws at you, in just a few minutes you can feel recharged, centered, and ready to go. Try it for yourself and feel the difference. Click on the link in our video description. Thanks for joining us for another week on LilyTube. If you enjoy what you see, support us by liking, commenting, and sharing your favorite videos with others who could benefit.
As single life and relationship coaches, our mission is to help single adults intentionally heal from loss to create a happy life and healthy relationships. Keep coming back and we'll keep you encouraged. Each week, we provide new and refreshing perspectives on the challenges and opportunities of mid-single life.
If you'd like to immerse yourself deeper into your own personal development and relationship journey, visit our website at loveinlateryears.com for even more resources. Don't take on divorce recovery and other relationship loss and single life alone. We are here for you.